All right, getting started again. We're going to talk about week 6. We're talk about football, some other stuff. This is the Sexiest Men Alive podcast. And I'm Nate Wallace, broadcasting from St. George. Derrek, you're up.
Hi, Derrek Hayes, out here in Denver.
Los.
Greetings and salutations from your friendly neighborhood black guy, Los Jones.
Lovely. Dub.
Yeah. Holla. Hey guys.
Hey,
Los,
buddy.
are they out of shirts or?
It's cold, and being from Wakanda, anything under 98 degrees is unacceptable. So I'm dressed up like a white refugee woman trying to make it into America.
Very nice. Well, I think you look wonderful.
Thanks.
What was your nickname again with that outfit on?
I'm not going to do it.
But Wyatt missed it earlier.
Oh,
I'm not going to do it. You gotta do it. It's fantastic.
You're going to do it.
Obi-Wan Negrovi. Hilarious.
hilarious.
That is too funny not to be. God, that's funny.
Oh, welcome in, guys. So, kind of a weird week. We had a lot of teams on bye, so just some weird things. And it seems like every running back in the entire NFL is injured right now. It is brutal. I can think of 2 like running back ones, like starting running backs that are still healthy, and that's Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry. Am I missing anyone?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, Zeke. That's true. Yeah, Zeke's another
Zeke's
one. Yeah,
good. Mixon's good, but
Mixon actually he was questionable there for a little bit. He was on the injury report a little bit. Hey,
still
Doug,
top 4. Top 5.
Was Zeke on any injury reports, or has he been clean all year?
I think he's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless his nose ring gets MRSA or something.
Derrick Henry's nose ring is impressive. Did you guys see that thing?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a crucifix, right?
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Praise Jesus.
Amen. My good man. All right, well, let's talk about some available free agent pickups out there, and it is ugly out there.
You are scraping the bottom.
It is the bottom of the barrel, I'm afraid. So let's talk about a few of them that are out there. So I'm going to list 6 guys that are available, and we're going to play a little game. And the game is, I'll list these 6 guys, and you tell me if you had to pick one guy up, who would it be, and maybe a little bit of why. So here's what we got. We got D'Ernest Johnson in Cleveland. We got Ramondre Stevenson in New England. Kenyan Drake for the Raiders. And then also in Cleveland, Demetric Felton, Rashad Penny in Seattle, and Devontae Freeman in Baltimore. So, Carlos, I'll have you take this one first, my friend. Of those
I
guys,
feel like you're doing an episode of Key and Peele when they're listing off all the crazy names I've never heard of before. I'll take the Megatron Quintarius.
San Diego State University.
There you go. Kenyan Drake, because he's a name you know.
Okay.
Is the only. I think Devontae Freeman. What I've seen of him this year, he looks like his best days are behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Benefits from playing with Lamar and that machine. I don't know how they keep that going with all their, all these backups to backups to backups.
Oh man!
But
they're on their 6th running back, literally.
Yeah.
Plus their left tackle's out now.
Oh, really? Well, they'll still score 34 points somehow and win again. It's just ridiculous. I thought that they were going to lose with everybody hurting and playing San Diego. The Chargers is especially coming off of that winning against Cleveland. But to answer your question, there's other guys except Freeman. I think his best days behind him. Kenyan Drake still's got some juice. Yeah. But that would be the way I would go with those guys, because who are they? Because I don't know.
Yeah, third stringer.
And as we know, Carlos doesn't know them. They're just not worth having.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's true. All right,
it's good to be known by the Lows.
You got a pick out of those names there?
The guy on the Browns. What was his name?
D'Ernest Johnson.
D'Ernest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd earnestly go after him. I picked up that Khalil Herbert on Chicago last week.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to fall off that much. I thought he had 2 good weeks. So I would like to keep him, but because of bye weeks, I have to cut him. I'm probably going to get the dude on the Browns.
Oh, that's rough.
Sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. Well, I mean, I think he's a good shot. All right, Derrek, what do you think there, bud?
Even off a short week, even a Thursday game.
Well, he wasn't on the list, but if Herbert's still available, I do think he has value moving forward, even when Williams comes back. But Drake, they paid him a lot to not use him. So I think Los is right there. And he probably has more value moving forward, possibly giving you more than just this week. The interesting one is Rashad Penny to me, because he's just coming off IR. And remember, he was a first-round pick just a couple years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you usually don't use a first-round pick on a running back unless you really want him to work out. So he's just been hurt over and over again. Different things, too. It's not like the same coming up. So Rashad Penny's interesting if you have the ability to the roster maneuverability. I think he might be a really interesting pickup.
Yeah,
because Carson looks
Seattle. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
he's D'Ernest. Is that real?
D'Ernest.
Yeah, D'Ernest Magic Johnson. Wait,
what do you think the credit score is on D'Ernest?
I mean,
I bet he needs a cosign.
Yeah.
His grandma will co-sign.
Oh, just wait till we get to some wide receivers, Los. You're going to love these guys.
Well, I mean, Ramondre, right? I mean, that's a.
Golly, I don't know what my people will be thinking sometimes. They get so creative.
Listen.
An easier name for you guys might be Mike Davis. He's on Atlanta. He's available in a lot of leagues.
He's definitely not available in a lot of leagues at this point. He better not be available in a lot of leagues. Is he available in your league?
We only have 10 people. And
that's right.
You can only have 4 running backs max in my league.
I'm in a 4-team league. There's so many guys available.
That's the only way that you're going to be winning anything is in a 4-team league right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that D'Ernest Johnson is the easy pick because he's actually a running back who runs the ball on a team that runs the ball a lot. So
yeah, but hold on, the whole team is hurt. Who's playing on Thursday for Cleveland?
Well, they're playing against the Broncos, so they're going to win anyways, right?
Is the over under 13 on that game? Holy crap!
Yeah,
Broncos scored
it's close.
20-something in a loss, right?
Oh, it's so bad. So let's talk about that game real quick. Is there any chance the Broncos can win this game?
Yeah, I think I'm starting for Cleveland this week at offensive tackle. I mean, Baker's shoulder is affecting him more than we know, right?
Yeah, well,
your running backs are out. The line is hurt. Odell, not that he's been a factor, but he's hurt.
Landry's just coming back.
Is he going to play this week? Nope. Is Landry going to play?
Possibly is what they're saying. It looks like he probably will, but
you may have to come out early, huh?
It's going to be the worst game of the year.
Yeah, Thursday games suck.
Go Denver.
Not as bad as London games. London games. If we're trying, Zach was telling me, Nate, if you're trying to spread the sport, the NFL to the rest of the world, why would we send this shit over there?
The butthole of the NFL.
Oh my God! Give them some star power. Give them something.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, Tua, star power, kind of.
If you follow football a lot, but
if it was 2 years ago in college, yes.
Sure. When they were at Alabama, right? Holy cow.
Weddle sounds like a British name. Weddle.
Jalen Waddle does sound.
Yeah, I mean, but I still, I hear what you're saying. I still would go with D'Ernest Johnson just because, I mean, their offense is predicated a lot on that. And the reason why Demetric Felton's even on here is I don't even think he's ran the ball yet this year, but he's caught 6. Yeah, he's caught like 6 balls out of the out of the backfield, and a lot of the plays, especially with Chubb in, well, even Hunt, they target their receivers for those little dump, or their backs for those little dump offs and things like that. So, I mean, he could potentially be somebody that could do something coming up. My personal feelings on Kenyan Drake is that he just hasn't shown much. I mean, I just don't know if
he's had any opportunity to.
I mean, I mean, has he just not been healthy? Is that the story with him?
No, he's fine. I honestly wonder some of it is maybe he was in Gruden's doghouse, and then all of a sudden, Gruden's gone, and he gets a touchdown rushing, touchdown receiving. It was still only like 6 total touches, but he was involved.
Gotcha.
Which, again, they paid him money, so maybe Mike Mayock makes the new coach put him in. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. All right, well, let's move down to the wide receivers here, fellas. So there's 8 of them here, so let's just pick one and move on. One of them, maybe a couple of them aren't available in your league, but I think a lot of these guys are. So Darnell Mooney with Chicago, Rashad Bateman with Baltimore, T.Y. Hilton, obviously the Colts, Michael Gallup with Dallas, Mecole Hardman with Kansas City, Donovan Peoples-Jones with Cleveland, Marquez Callaway for the Saints, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a good one there. Amon-Ra St. Brown for Detroit. And
he's not on the Egyptian Amon-Ra.
And his brother Equiminius.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. That's a fact. That's a fact. And then Jameson Crowder for the Jets. So those guys would be available probably in a lot of those leagues. So let's do
a bunch of guys. Those guys hurt. Are they still? Like Gallup? Is he playing?
T.Y.'s got a quad injury.
Yeah. Well, he got hurt.
I think he's playing.
Yeah. So, I don't think they know the extent of it, but so of those 8 guys, let's go to you again, Carlos. Let's start you off there again. What do you think of those guys there?
Well, if Gallup is playing, then anybody in Dallas's offense right now you got to pick them up. I mean, they're playing a weak schedule and they're dominating everybody. Dak's looking like an MVP.
So they're on a bye week.
Any of those guys? Oh, they're on a bye week. Yeah, is Bateman back for Baltimore? Because I know he's been out hurt.
Yeah. Bateman, yeah, no, he'll be back. Yeah, but are they on bye this week?
Dallas?
No, they're not. Okay, yeah. I think Chicago is though, right? Darnell Mooney is Chicago. Maybe okay. There was one of these guys I listed.
Maybe he is.
There was one of these guys I listed. I was like, oh, they're on bye as well. But yeah. So you think Gallup is your guy there?
Yeah. Whenever he's healthy again, you got to pick him up. That offense is just unstoppable. And and Dak's spreading the ball around. He's always produced when he's been in anyway. So that's what I would go with once they're off the bye week and if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Here's the deal: if you're talking about all these guys right now, it's because you either have injury issues yourself or you had something that went really wrong. So you got to just go with upside with any of these guys. And I do like Darnell Mooney. I think it's funny. He's been a lot more involved than Allen Robinson. God bless you if you drafted Allen Robinson.
Twice.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Third round. It makes me
But
sick.
Mooney's involved. He's getting 7-8 targets a game. That's really all you can ask for. And he's their burner. He's their deep threat. So he's going to get his looks.
Yeah, he seems to have a better connection with Fields than Robinson does. Robinson got up to a good start. I think he had 4 catches in the first half and for like 50-some yards. And then just nothing the rest of the game.
Put on his cloak of invisibility.
Went full Harry Potter on us. Love it. All right, Dub. Of those 8 guys, who do you like? What?
I like. I don't know. I'm getting crushed by the bye week. Minnesota, Buffalo, the Steelers, and the Cowboys are all on bye. So I'm gonna have to cut Claypool. Oof. I had to cut Jerry Jeudy off of injured reserve so I could put Kittle on.
Is Jeudy coming back this week? Has anybody heard about that?
I know he was practicing.
Yeah, I don't think he comes back this week, but it's coming.
Because it's a short week. You think it was maybe a Sunday game? He might.
Perhaps. next week I think he has a decent shot.
Okay.
I'd probably make the same mistake I did with like Joku last year and last week. Just get the guy who had the best week, get Jalen Waddle, hope he can do it again. Tua's got to do something. I think
he had a pretty good week actually.
When in doubt, I just try even someone like Kirk on Arizona, if you can just grab a player that's on one of the teams that's scoring 35 every week, even if he's a third option, there's just more balls to catch.
Well, that's why I actually
what I'm all about.
Like Mecole Hardman. He's had, I think, 17 targets in the last 2 games, something like that. He's involved. He is the clear number 2. And if you're the clear number 2 for, that passing offense, that doesn't suck. Well, I guess he's number 3 in the offense, but number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Still gives him value. And then I just have a question for you guys. Is Donovan Peoples-Jones a thing, or was it just a
well, last Sunday he was a thing, I'll tell you that much. Holy
he just padded stats with a big touchdown, but
2 touchdowns, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
2 TDs.
Anybody on Cleveland right now with a hurt quarterback, they're just
short week.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Go
ahead.
Emmanuel Sanders. I know he's not available in a lot of leagues, but on Buffalo, he was looking good. He's a second or third option for.
Yeah, he looks really good. Yeah, and finally Stephon Diggs had a big game for the Bills. He looked phenomenal. It
was good to see AJ Brown back too.
Yes,
he's really good.
And that Julio
he's massive.
That Julio catch
off the helmet.
Off the helmet.
Drags the foot.
Good.
Amazing.
It's the only good thing about turf is those little black.
The little beads that pop up, that little spread.
All the ACLs and Achilles that have sacrificed for those has been worth it, I'm sure.
Yeah, apparently those things have been proven out to be pretty safe for everybody to run on. That's pretty good. Just a couple thoughts I have on this. So Rashad Bateman, I think is a really good pickup. Maybe not so much like for the next week or two, but I think he can be a guy that could really go off. He's got a lot of size. He kind of fills that Sammy Watkins role for them. He seems to be able to run all the routes. I watched a little video on him today, and he had one drop that led to a pick, but it seems like he was just sort of catching everything, just really doing a good job. Seems to have size and smarts and good speed. And anyways, I kind of like him in that system too. I think and he seemed to actually get favored. In fact, I think it was his first week back off IR, if I'm not mistaken. And Hollywood Brown had a bad week. And I think Bateman got some of those targets there too. So I kind of like him there. If TY isn't hurt, he looked really good, and maybe I'm just smoking the crack right now, but what do you guys think about that?
No, TY, you have to get him. You have to get him and enjoy 2 weeks out of him, and then he'll get another soft tissue injury and be done. But for 2 weeks, whee!
Yeah. And then Marquez Callaway, I just want to bring up the Saints. Michael Thomas is coming back, and he becomes, the clear, obvious wide receiver 1 there, and he's going to draw the best corners all the time, which I think makes Marquez Callaway actually maybe a little bit better choice here. I think he's been kind of the wide receiver 1, not ready for that responsibility. He's got a ton of size, I don't know. Jameis seems to favor the guy. Seems to like the guy a lot. So, anyways, you're shaking your head no, Carlos. What do you got?
Let me tell you about Jameis Winston. First of all, let me tell you that. First and foremost, and you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna force feed old buddy the ball, which is gonna be a problem. It's gonna lead to 3 interceptions. You understand what I'm saying? And then hopefully he goes to jail. I hate
Derrek, your rebuttal
wrong with your mic. I think.
Oh, so I'm sorry.
I think what you said was Jameis is great.
Trash. Oh, yeah.
Doesn't he have a real good matchup? I can't remember who the Saints are playing.
Here's the thing. This is not real football.
District attorney. He's trash.
What's the statute of limitation on stolen crab legs?
He shouldn't. I'm going to kill him.
What is the statute of limitations on skull crab legs?
He's still a crab actually.
Put him in jail.
In fairness, crab legs are delicious.
Leave the crab legs and white women alone.
He didn't steal Apelia's. He's still king crab. So, I mean.
Unbelievable. I hate Jameson. Oh, God. Yeah.
I'll let him know.
I bet his credit sucks.
One thought
He was the 370.
He was son of a bitch. I knew it.
I wasn't going to call him out. But.
So, Jameson Crowder, would you guys take him?
Yeah, if you're in full PPR, he's going to have 11 catches for 14 yards, but it's good.
I don't like PPR.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of PPR. I love it.
Yeah, I know favorite. You are.
It's my whoopee.
PPR and fraction points. I think it's silly. To 2 decimal spots, things like that.
Those decimals prevent ties, and I love them. Love that.
I almost thought you said pie.
That's my pie. That's my pie.
Pan down.
All right, quarterbacks. It's ugly. It's ugly. So, Jameis Winston.
Nope.
Yes.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Ooh, it's getting worse.
And here's the other thing. So Trey Lance isn't at practice. I think he's toast for a little while, which means it's the Jimmy G show again.
Well, you pick up Jimmy G. That's easy.
Yeah, Jimmy G's easy.
That's easy. That's the easy one there. You take Jimmy G over Jameis?
What? I'll take Drew Lock over Jameis.
Dub, what do you think? Do you agree with these guys? Is it Jimmy?
Isn't Seattle's pass defense pretty bad?
It's trash.
And his best target's coming back. I don't know. I'd probably, if I didn't have Carr on the bench, I'd probably get Jameis.
Yeah.
Get a fifth of Jameson and hope for the best with Winston.
Yeah, I'm on the Jameis train, man. I mean, the thing about fantasy is that you can have a great quarterback just put up a stinker. I mean, Kyler Murray put up a stinker a couple weeks ago. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't as typical. I mean, he was only thrown 2 touchdowns, I think, in the last couple weeks.
Well, Herbert had barely 200 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. My concern with Jameis this week, I think the matchup looks phenomenal, but you have Geno Smith on the other side. I have a lot of questions about if Seattle's even going to be able to score on that New Orleans defense.
Yeah.
And Sean Payton does not let Jameis throw when he doesn't have to. I mean, the guy can make every throw to both teams, but if he's going to reduce his volume, I don't know that he's going to have a big game. I think Jimmy G's the pick out of that group. But if you're desperate, Jameis.
I mean, on these just terrible bye weeks, where you just got guys hurt and guys off, it's almost like you have to roll the dice and say, okay, who could possibly give me 40 or 50 points out of this week? And that's why I just am going with Jameis. I just think that I'd rather take him in a good matchup with a chance that he throws 3 or 4 touchdowns, because I don't think Jimmy G is throwing 3 or 4 touchdowns. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he might throw 2 and put up 250 yards.
But to Derrek's point, Sean Payton does have him on a tight leash, and I don't think outside maybe the first game he's thrown more than 20 balls, maybe. Even if he's thrown that many against the Packers or whatnot.
Yeah, he had one game where he threw a bit, looked good, but even that first game against Green Bay, he had 5 touchdowns on 19 passes.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah,
efficient.
Yeah, this year is so weird. I just can't believe the Jets can beat Tennessee and then the Tennessee can come in and win last night. It's just the weirdest thing.
You're giving a week, man. Like I said, I was in LA watching that Browns Charger game, and then they go to Cleveland and just lay an egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who knows?
Yeah, there is no clear-cut best team this year. It's going to be fun in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, yeah. Ugh. No, you're right. Well, Jimmy G, I think, is a good, safe pick. I think he's a better pick going forward. But if I was looking for a bye-week streamer, I say you just throw Jameis out there. That's my pick on that one. But anyways, all right, tight ends. There's only a couple out there, but Ricky Seals-Jones in Washington, and Pat Freiermuth. They're on bye this week, so you can't stream Freiermuth. But moving forward, I think Freiermuth is going to be available in a lot of leagues. Your thoughts on those two guys? Derrek, you want to go tackle those two guys?
I have no thoughts on those guys.
I don't know those guys. I don't know.
If you
names.
need those guys, your life is horrible.
Well, yeah, I mean, but Lance, what's his name? Lance, the tight end for Washington. Not Lance, what's his name?
Seal?
Logan Thomas?
Logan Thomas, sorry, let's think of L. Logan Thomas, is hurt, and Seals-Jones, he turned in a top 10 performance last week, and
they're
kind of looking his way. And
get him this week.
I think Heineke likes tight ends.
I think you're right. Ricky Seals-Jones was legit talent coming out.
He's never had a good year, yeah.
No, he was on Arizona, and he's just one of those big, strong, but too slow wide receivers. But he was like a 5-star athlete going into college and came out with some fanfare and just never materialized. So this might be the opportunity. So like you said, if you got to take a flyer, anybody with 3 names probably works.
Like Mo Alley Cox,
Ricky Seals-Jones, Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Peoples-Jones.
Carlos is the Peoples-Jones.
I am.
Are you the Peoples-Jones, Carlos?
Only if the credit score is over 660.
Oh, yeah, you do need a cosigner still, don't you?
No, not me, bitch. I'm 846.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Jones. You've come a long way since we've met.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, I have.
I love it. All right, well, let's talk a couple of things here, boys. I can't remember what team it was, but one of the teams went for it on their own 17-yard line. They went for it on 4th down and didn't convert.
It was Dallas.
Was it Dallas?
No, but didn't convert with the Chargers.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was was it both of them?
It was Dallas.
It was Dallas.
They went for it like on their own
converted.
30, and
more teams are doing
it was like 4th and inches, and you missed it.
I mean,
I watched Zeke do it.
That's pretty deep in your own territory to go for it.
Okay, so I mean, obviously last night, Derrek, we had a conversation about this one a little bit last night. They went for it on 4th down. Bills went for it on 4th down, 4th and goal. Didn't get it. Game over.
Wasn't even 4th and goal. It was like 4th and inches.
Oh, that's right.
From the 1. They could have still got a first down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, of course he slipped. I mean, that was the biggest thing. You're right. I mean, he needed longer spikes was about the end of that deal. But what's the story?
It was a good defensive play, though. He split. He split the blockers.
Really good defensive play. Or bad
run to the right
line play.
Yeah. I guess I'm just curious. Let's talk about these 4th down analytics, and I mean, is that it? I mean, are we just going to see this from now on, or did we see some failures, and maybe now we're going to see some coaches kicking it more in 4th? What do you guys think moving forward? What are your thoughts on the whole thing overall?
Especially with their history of kicking, I'm so shocked Buffalo didn't kick the 17-yard field goal for the tie. I wouldn't go for 4th unless I was on maybe my like 48 or 45 or better.
No way. You got an 800-pound quarterback.
Pretty tall,
you should be able to get that, because there was no way. Derrick Henry was not being stopped. I would rather – I like the call.
Preach.
I think that you go for the win there, because there's no way I'm giving Derrick Henry the ball back ever. So
you're literally a coin flip, and you're probably 75% or higher to make 4th and inches, and then even higher than that. I was looking some of this up today, but even higher than that when you think about the personnel you have, Josh Allen, and the way he removes, it just was poorly executed. Sometimes we have this revisionist view towards things, and we worry about the outcome instead of the decision. It was a good decision. I think it was a good decision. You end the game right there. Otherwise, you coin flip to Derrick Henry, and Lo said, it's done.
I don't know if you guys watched the defense. They were not trying to tackle that guy.
People were making business decisions.
Exactly.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Get down.
Yeah, no, and no one blamed him either. Yeah,
he is a large American. He's a large American.
He's a mandingo.
But
first pick in a slave draft. I was right behind him. But, I mean, he's incredible. So, yeah.
Are you really relinquishing your number one overall spot?
I feel like I have to. I've seen him stiff arm people's lives away, and I can't do that. So yes, I went second pick. He went first pick in the slave draft. Congratulations, Derrek.
He's moving up the list, man.
You still went number 2 because you're a high motor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. And I'm a little overrated.
He did jump over me once at the Toyota lot back in 2004.
That's how the love affair began.
He jumped right. Wyatt, you don't know the story, but it was winter. He was wearing a winter coat. Carlos Jones jumped right over me. Now I'm 4'11", so it's not that impressive.
He looked at me and I said, I'll jump over you. 2 steps, don't move. And you go, you're just gonna jump over me? Heck yeah, just don't move.
Standing vertical.
In timber, whatever they call boots.
Timberlands
boots.
Goddamn right.
And a coat he got from friggin' the swap meet. Dialed in. Was that rabbit fur on that thing?
It was a little, I think it was monkey nuts. Whatever. Either way, it did the trick, and the legend began.
Oh, it's so true.
Henry's averaging 120 yards a game for I think they said 20 straight games. Could that be right?
I think he breaks Eric Dickerson's record with the extra game.
Oh, no, he doesn't get hurt this year.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's hard to keep that workload
back record.
Yeah, I mean,
can he go 2,000 yards 2 seasons in a row, first ever?
He's going to go 2,000 yards by week 11.
Yeah, yes. at this
He's
rate,
ridiculous right now.
Crazy.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, is the answer.
So how high up the GOAT list is he? He's looking as good as Adrian Peterson ever looked.
They're 2 different running backs, but yeah.
Yeah,
I know they're. Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, a little more longevity out of him, and he's going to get in the conversation.
Don't bring up Adrian Peterson around Carlos Jones. He gets very sensitive about this subject.
Well, another great American with bad credit, but I love AP.
You do. Yeah, I mean, but Wyatt, I mean, he's just doing things that I don't think any back in history has done, because you've had the punishing backs before.
Yeah.
But he runs 22 miles an hour.
Yeah, the fastest player of football. Wasn't it? You saw that stat? He was the fastest player of the week.
He had the fastest run.
Yeah, it wasn't.
21.8 miles an hour, yep.
He gets used like the old school running backs. Any running backs that get 20 carries a game anymore?
Mm-hmm.
So
few.
Jonathan Taylor.
And he gets stronger.
And those are just
truly
touches,
old
too.
school. The more he runs, the better. The stats on his first, second, third, fourth quarter yards per carry is silly. Yeah, that's the number one reason why you don't go to overtime there.
Yeah, he was running over 7 yards a carry in the fourth quarter, and he was like a 2.8 in the first quarter. So I mean, just every quarter he got crazy.
Just wears him down.
So is he your MVP so far? Is he your
Everybody
MVP?
wants to give it to a quarterback, but if it's not a quarterback, it has to be him.
Dak.
I got Kyler Murray.
Yeah, well, Kyler Murray after week 3, I think had it in the bag, but Lamar stepped up there. He was playing really, really good.
Lamar
still is.
I just think Kyler Murray has played the best competition out of everybody so far, and like when he beat the Rams, and I mean, it wasn't even a good game.
Yeah,
that he's on another level. The offense is loaded. The defensive stack makes that Watt's playing incredible, but he's the difference. So if he stays healthy, for me, he's my MVP.
I love Kyler Murray. I just think the MVP has become best quarterback competition, and how and all of them are valuable. I mean, everybody we name is going to be extremely valuable. You lose that guy, your team's not the same.
Who's the most?
But I'm going to be pounding the table for Derrick Henry if he keeps doing this all year. I just can't see there's no team that runs like this. There's no team that operates like this. There's no player like him. And this was the game he was supposed to be shut down. Buffalo's defense had been dominating everybody. And he goes for $144 and 3 touchdowns. It's getting silly. Who can stop him?
Yeah. I just can't believe he's not hurt. I mean, I just can't believe he's not hurt. I mean, he takes the fight to these guys. Maybe that's his secret to success. You know what I mean?
Well, he's north-south. He doesn't do all the cutting, jitterbugging that causes knees to blow out.
One cut, and he's And if he finds a hole, good luck. I mean, good luck. He's had more breakaway runs than any back than I can think of in the last little while. I mean, it's crazy.
He hits more holes than Jones.
My Carfax is pretty impressive.
Wyatt, who's your pick so far?
Carlos, man, he's the best.
Agreed. I wasn't going to nominate myself, but yes.
For MVP,
yes.
They really love Brady. The league really loves Brady. I hate to be a conspiracyist, but I mean, he's leading most passing yards. They've only lost once, twice. But I love old school football. Vrabel, what he's doing there. If that defense can step it up, that's a contender. They look good.
Well, the defense is trash, but
if they can step it up and have that run game, that's what.
If they can make it into the playoffs and get somewhere, I'll be angry if it's not Henry.
Yeah, no one wants to hit Derrick Henry in the cold in the fourth quarter, and all that darkness and anger coming at you.
Well, it's going to get worse, right? In the cold, I didn't even think about that. That's a real thing.
Man. Yes.
When his big
the anger of 10,000 slaves,
his one single dreadlock.
Part of that madness. That guy's incredible.
Yeah, the single dreadlock is brilliant.
Looks like an
I think that's the way to stop him. You remember they made the rule
the
years back
rule.
that the hair is part of the uniform and you can pull on it. I think that's the old Larry Johnson rule.
No, that was Ricky Williams.
Was it? They redid the rule because somebody got their hair pulled. They had to make a whole rule for it.
I think it was Ricky Williams.
So it's cool. That's what it is. You just grab on that thing.
Good luck.
You're going for a ride. You're not going to piss them off.
You got to try something.
Yeah, that would actually be hilarious watching somebody tear that thing off and then watch what happens. I mean,
if it was a cold enough game, maybe like a playoff game.
The only way you're stopping him is to read through some old emails. Maybe he sent, come up with something he said against gay people or something. I don't know.
Give him the Gruden treatment.
Yeah, Gruden his ass out.
Ugh. All right.
I pray they don't find Jerry Jones's emails because
they're out
there.
Oh my God,
they're all out there.
And he's from Arkansas, so sweet Jesus.
Didn't you see the report? I don't know if you guys saw the report that the NFL combed through all the emails of everybody else and they didn't find anything.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Come on.
No, they didn't find anybody else criticizing Roger Goodell. That's why.
There you go.
The NFL released the emails. Roger Goodell released the emails because he was being called some shit. So
ridiculous. 10 years ago. You got to be kidding. When you're working for the NFL, that's ridiculous.
Brave whistleblowers.
Well, they try to make it a thing that since Gruden was out, that they didn't have their leader, and they're going to be a team without missing their head, whatever. I mean, they looked. That was the best I think they've looked all year.
No. That first game against Chicago without Gruden, that was the Gruden effect. I think Saturday or Sunday was just the Broncos getting trashed. So I think the next game will truly tell the story.
Yeah,
because the Broncos are awful. I think I scored 3 touchdowns against the Broncos. They're horrible.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It makes you rethink that Spider 2 Y banana gif. It's got to be racist code.
Yes.
Oh my hell, that's fantastic. So Carlos, let me ask you. First of all, 2 questions. Do you still get mistaken as a Denver Bronco frequently in the city of Denver?
Every day.
Or are you too old?
Nope. It still happens.
When's the last time it happened?
It happened Sunday or Saturday. I was at a wedding, and the only black guy, imagine that. And a guy came up to me and, "Excuse me, sir, don't you have a game tomorrow?" Like, oh my God, Jesus. No, bitch. I'll be watching football just like you.
Do you still say you're Champ Bailey? Who's the one you are now?
I hate Champ Bailey. Lately I've been Bobby Lashley from the WWE.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Jones, at least you get mistaken for Broncos player. I get mistaken for Jared from Subway.
When you're picking up your kids from
like
school,
the jailed version or the pre-jailed version.
It's probably because you're wearing those oversized pants where you just fit in one of the legs.
Well, that's what I do. I just walk in and I hold it out like this.
Who's hopping in?
Like,
Come here, kids.
Yeah.
The thing is, I met Bobby Lashley. We have the same tailor, and they have
the same traps. Let's see those traps.
I'm bigger than him. He only wears a 52 jacket. I wear a 55. So I told him, I said, "Hey, get in the gym, little guy. You might be okay." I'm glad he didn't punch me. I would have hurt, but yeah.
No, they're fake punches, man. It wouldn't have hurt. You just have to sell it.
I don't want that big giant son of a bitch punching me. That shit.
Is that why you're wearing your Ric Flair robe there with the furry sash, or what is that?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little,
getting in the winter spirit.
So,
so I'm wearing purple again, allegedly.
Yeah. Is that purple? I mean, everything's purple with this camera. What's happening, buddy?
I don't know, man. It's black. Everything's black to me.
Oh, boy. So, Carlos, did the Raiders make the right choice by gassing Gruden?
No, well.
Gassing? You can't say that.
I never wanted Gruden back in the first place. I hate Gruden and Mayock, but he shouldn't have lost his damn job. Clearly, they had to, from listening to Davis talk, the decision was really out of his hands. They were going to get his ass for whatever he did to piss him off, to make him do that investigation to his emails, and to go that far back. I mean, it's sums up, but I don't know. I mean, he did a good job getting offense together. The defense is still the problem with the Raiders. So we'll see.
Follow the money, all right? Who bought Michelin stock 4 weeks ago? That's what you need to know.
Yeah, goddamn. And I thought the shit was funny because dude got some big ass lips. I mean, I do too. I was like, goddamn, Tom. But I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Is there a little bird lip tire brand? I'm like bicycle tires.
BMXs. I don't know.
We're way off track.
Yeah, I'm trying to become more by things.
Well, there it is. Carlos Jones spoke for all black people. Gruden shouldn't have been let go.
Yes, a representative for all black people everywhere.
The black delegation has spoken.
And let him get a damn job.
Yeah.
He's waking up every day, 6 a.m.
I don't know why. He was horrible.
So McCaffrey went on IR. I just want to throw this out there real quick.
I cut Chuba.
Oh, yeah, I did the same thing, man. Little Hubba Bubba, cut him. Well, I cut him because I thought McCaffrey was coming back. And
that's what I did too, yeah.
Freaking IR.
So McCaffrey's got a case of the big contract, man. He had a big contract, now he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, it happens. It really does. It happens in all sports. But I just wanted to just run this idea past you guys. So McCaffrey was the clear consensus number one overall pick in the draft. I mean, just, if you didn't take McCaffrey first, you were an outlier. And obviously the clear number one pick should have been Derrick Henry. I mean, that's just obvious. But let's assume that McCaffrey comes back and does McCaffrey stuff the rest of the year, totally healthy. You're drafting first overall next year. Who you taking? Derrek?
Jameis Winston. Watch me.
If I can pose a question to you guys.
Yeah.
Isn't Saquon Barkley just a black McCaffrey? With him healthy, do you still pick McCaffrey over Saquon?
I do. It's the other team around him. The Giants' offensive line is garbage. It's really, really bad. And that's led a lot to why Saquon keeps getting hurt. This last one was just weird. He stepped on some dude's foot, but
so stupid.
Yeah, it's tough. With these sort of things, you're projecting a lot. And if he's healthy, which is a big if, I think McCaffrey is still the biggest upside, but he's getting hurt at a on soft tissue injuries too, which scare me.
Yeah.
You know, those hamstrings and stuff like that. Once those start happening, they linger. I mean, ask Will Fuller, and I mean, it just never gets right.
Yeah.
You could be brilliant, but
can't get right.
You know, Derrick Henry, give me the guy who just never seems to get hurt. With that being said, watch him blow something out next week.
Well, the workload he gets, I mean, the history of running backs, they've all just, other than him, they just go downhill. I mean, Peterson barely got 1,200 yards after he got this 2000 season. CJ2K completely disappeared.
Yep.
Even like, was it Priest Holmes? I mean, he had nothing after that big year.
Yeah.
So it's hard to think. I mean, how can Henry have 3 2,000-yard seasons? I mean, is the workload ever going to add up? And McCaffrey, is he ever going to be healthy? So
well, that's why that's why I framed it the way I did. I mean, like, and that's my thing is like, so if McCaffrey finishes the year and he does all the McCaffrey stuff that gives him that number 1 overall, Henry does his thing, wins MVP, whatever it might be. You're drafting first overall. Are you drafting upside still, or are you drafting a guy who just put together 3 of the greatest seasons ever and planned on a 4th? I mean, Carlos, what do you think there? I mean, would you be afraid to draft Derrick Henry if he just goes ham for 2,300 yards this year?
No, I think he's such a different, special, once in a generational plus type of back. I roll with him until the wheels fall off. Yeah. Because like I said, Chris McCaffrey's got the big contract. He's falling apart. You just can't count on him. You know,
he's not available.
I would look to like a Saquon Barkley, or if the Saints decide to cut Jameis Winston and Alvin Kamara reemerges, because his production's gone down since that trash ass Jameis. I can't stand this guy. But you know, I just I would roll with Derrick Henry until he decides he's done killing people.
I want Jonathan Taylor. I'm a fanboy. I've got him this year. That's who I'd take next year.
Number 1 overall?
No, of course not. Derrick Henry. If you just watch his Instagram, the dude practices like high stepping on big rubber bands while he stiff arms like trainers.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing the things.
If you want to see something crazy, pull up his old high school highlight video. It's his
high school body count. Look that up.
It's his senior year of high school. I don't know if you guys know this.
8 foot tall against a bunch of 4.
His senior year of high school, he had like 456 carries for 4,600 yards and 55 touchdowns. It's the greatest high school. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Oh man!
And then to see he's doing the same thing to grown ass men in the NFL. It's impressive.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, I think I'd go. The problem is you start second guessing yourself, right? You know, if like I said, if that scenario comes to fruition and I get the first overall again next year, and I'm looking at those years of wear and tear on, it's so hard to say, oh yeah, he's going to do it again. It's so hard to guess on that.
Well, he's like Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady was supposed to fall off the cliff 5, 7, 8 years ago. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Going, you know, I think Derrick Henry's in that type of class just because we've never seen it before. I'd ride him until the wheels fall off.
Yeah. I mean, you're always chasing last season's points while trying to project the next season. It's tough, but you know, I think I've come around to Derrick Henry, and I've actually been a Derrick Henry hater for a few years, expecting him to get hurt, expecting the wheels to fall off, expecting that you can't continue. I'm wrong. He's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's been tremendous. I'm kind of in love, man. I'm kind of in love. Well, just want to end the show with a couple of maybe thoughts on this starting NBA season, guys. If you mind if we switch entire sports here, yeah. So NBA opening night tonight.
Go Braves.
Kyrie Irving looked great.
Oh man, I wish
Kyrie flat Earth.
God.
How can somebody who's been in on an airplane that much still think the Earth is flat? I don't get that guy.
When you got $200 million in the bank, you get real cocky all of a sudden.
He doesn't think that anymore, just so you guys know. He retracted his statement.
He's an idiot.
Well, that is true.
Question everything. I support him.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, if the guy's willing to give up that kind of money for the stance, more power to him. I mean, seriously, like.
No power to him. I think the NBA season is going to be great. It's going to be the normal stuff. If Anthony Davis stays healthy, the Lakers are going to be tough. I think they should purposely.
What's that? He just broke his leg.
Makes sense. God damn it,
man. Charles Barkley called him street clothes today. Is that right?
No, he's in the playoffs.
Street clothes. It's hilarious. Yeah. I think the Lakers should purposely break Russell Westbrook's foot because he's going to cost them because he can't shoot.
Or he's in heels and a dress and he'll just break his own ankle.
Unbelievable. You know what? From watching all the NBA stuff today, I just don't think they're giving the Milwaukee Bucks enough love. Those guys are still, they're defending an NBA champion. And I think Giannis is only getting better. And I think that team, with no distractions. Right? Yeah, right? And he's working on his free throws. I think, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out the East again.
Yeah, big piece lost though with Milwaukee, and my brain is broken right now. But big defender.
He had lots Durant. Of shoes.
What was his name?
Oh, he went down to Miami.
Went to Miami.
Yeah,
that's a huge.
Oh, Bledsoe.
No.
No.
Oh
no. Well, that's Bledsoe.
I remember
right?
he had he's the dude. He had Giannis's new shoe like before he did. Wasn't that?
You're talking about the point guard. Who are you talking about?
Forward.
Oh no, Kyle Lowry went down to Miami.
No, I'm not talking about Lowry.
I know.
He did a good job on Durant last year in the playoffs. I forget his name.
Back to football. This sucks. All right,
this sucks. Go Nuggets. Hey,
go Jazz.
Nate.
Yeah,
Nuggets.
Well,
Jazz purple.
Yeah, I will say that I think the Jazz and the Nuggets are going to be right there, but.
Star power still matters, huh?
I just effing hate the NBA right now with these super teams. I just cannot stand how that's happened. I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. I just don't. I mean, the Bucks are kind of doing it a little bit in the NFL. But, the NFL has got such parity. That's what makes it so great to watch the games. I just feel like the NBA, which is my favorite sport by far. I mean, anybody that knows me knows that, like, that's my jam. I love it. I watch a ton of games, but I hate the fact that a team like Utah can't get any big name free agents, or a team like Denver can't get any big name free agents,
or even poor Damian Lillard.
Yeah, how
he said today he's going to stay loyal.
Yeah.
No one's going to go there.
Yeah,
Portland's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, it's just too bad, and teams don't want to build through the draft anymore. They want to trade all their first round picks for some washed up vet, for just that one glory moment. It drives me nuts. Oklahoma City has 1,700 first round picks.
I think the worst thing that's happened to the NBA is load management. I'm tired of these guys only playing 41 games, or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
saving for the playoffs. It doesn't make you want to watch the regular season. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
LeBron and the guys just, we'll take the 7th seed and then we'll just start. I don't like that, right?
The regular season only matters to 5 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The season's too long.
Yeah, I go to a Laker game here in Denver.
PJ fucking Tucker. PJ Tucker.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing shoe collection. Yeah. Best shoe collection in all the NBA too.
Yeah, I go to a Laker game here, and LeBron's out. AD is hurt, of course, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching a bunch of European dudes I've never heard of before, and the joke.
Oh, yeah,
it's that load management pisses me off.
Yeah, the Jazz play the Lakers in May, and tickets are $400, and you might not get any superstars.
Right. See, this is why when I get into these arguments with these LeBron versus Jordan people. Just don't get me started. We can have that conversation.
We did last week.
Yeah, we did talk about it a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, these sons of bitches. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So are you on Team Jordan then?
Oh hell yeah! It's not
Look at his. Where's your gold hoop?
Oh shit! Well, I got it somewhere around. Anyway, it's not even a question. LeBron's definitely on Mount Rushmore, but he's not even in the same stratosphere as Michael Jordan. It's just not even.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's dumb.
The super team thing killed me for him. Just the super team. I mean, the best thing he ever did was go back to Cleveland and win one for Cleveland, and he should have freaking stayed there for the rest of his career and try to win more.
I don't think the super teams are his fault. I think he gets blamed for the super teams. Like they've happened before him, right?
Yeah, it was Magic and Worthy did it first.
No, forget that when they talk about Jordan.
No, the Celtics.
The Celtics, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen.
No. Larry Bird, Kevin McHale.
That was all through the draft.
Worthy.
That was all through the draft.
Magic.
That's different. It's free agency that's bothering you, Nate.
Yeah,
it's the way free agency is.
Free agents are free to choose whatever they want.
Yeah.
But to me, if you're Carmelo Anthony, right, do you really think it's going to cement your legacy by winning a cheap title? I mean, Gary Payton, he finally got one with Miami, but do you think about Gary Payton, the NBA champion, or do you think about Gary Payton, the Seattle Supersonic?
The Supersonic.
I know, but that's
right.
No glove, no love. That's what I think about.
It's for them. Like at some point, if I'm going to keep playing, I'd like to be on a winning team with guys I like. I mean, remember, these guys are friends. They hang out. They're on Team USA. It's not just the NBA like we see. These guys know each other, so they talk. Hey, let's get together. Let's play. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that to me.
But I feel like these guys, like Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan, they hung out back in the day. Those guys all knew each other, but they wanted to beat each other, right?
Yeah.
They didn't want to team up and this and that, right?
Yeah.
But these guys are these
bullies.
Bullies. These guys, and they
free agency was different then.
They just rather get the easy, Carmelo.
Yeah.
Only guy I hate more than Jameis Winston. Jesus, don't get me started on that.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan of Carmelo.
I think they need to change the way free agency is. They have to change the rules, allow you to pay more money to keep your guys. Like they do it a little bit, but not enough for it to matter. They need to make it dramatic. Like if you're
pissing me off, like they were saying today that James Harden is going to turn down his extension, but at the end of the year he can sign some crazy extension with the Nets and become the first $60 million a year guy. But then he can get upset, right, and then decide he doesn't want to go play or he wants to go play somewhere else, and they're still going to pay him his damn money. Stephen A. Smith said some shit today. He's like, you know what? If you don't want to play, that's your right. But you still expect to get paid someone else's money? That's
I agree with that.
Bullshit. Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, I mean, but the bargaining agreement, the CBA for the NBA, that's not going anywhere. I mean, it's one of the only leagues where you have guaranteed money. So, I mean, I think, what is it, baseball? That's the only other one that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Is hockey guaranteed?
Everything. Soccer.
Well, football's not guaranteed.
Badminton is guaranteed. It's football's the only one that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say this though, man. I will say this. For whatever it's worth. I mean, Damian Lillard to me is the best guy in the NBA right now because he said, "Look, I'm not going anywhere." Now this offseason, there was a lot of rumors of him going, and I said he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Real.
He is. He says, "Look, if I'm going to win one, I'm going to win one right here for my team." Right? And I mean, I just have all the respect in the world for someone who does that. I mean, us three guys, we're in the car business, and we took a ton of pride in being at the number one store. But if all of a sudden one of these other stores starts to catch us and we all start jumping ship, this other team just because we want to be on the number one, to me, that's just weak.
Jumping ship? What do you mean jumping ship? What are you
hey, Carlos, I was talking to you. Hope that burned. Hope that hurt.
Nope. You showed me a paper. I'm out of there.
Let's just say I didn't have a whole lot of choices.
I've been there, Nate.
Oh, damn it. All right, guys. Well, we'll hang it up for tonight. Really fun night. Really appreciate it. We'll catch up again next week. Have a great one. We'll sign off. Sexiest Man Alive podcast signing out.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Later, brother.